I think it's important, if you are now looking for a new software package, that you should also look at these other non-standard workflows or less common workflows and make sure that they're supported. But I think the hub, since it's getting feedback from 40 plus wine merchants with all have some kind of idiosyncrasies in certain workflows, almost everything is enabled these days. And if it isn't, then usually it becomes enabled relatively quickly. So I think anyone who's going to decide on using the hub is probably going to be able to find the solution of their workflows in the hub already. It'll be quite rare to find something that isn't yet enabled.
Did you use something that was already designed specifically for the fine wine industry, and then have a website that I could do? So, well, it's a complete no-brainer, really. So that was my market research, and that's why I went with the hub. It was a very sensible platform to use, I think.
From our previous supplier, there was a lot of there was a lot of disbelief in software being a solution. We initially were looking at an integrated piece of software. That went totally out the window when we spoke to you guys. And the benefits of not having an integrated software, when we actually worked through it, totally outweighed the benefits of an integrated software. And as the more we spoke to you guys at the hub, any questions we had, which often were very focused on issues we'd had with software in the past, about how would you manage stock management, stock valuations, how would you manage withdrawing wines or selling wines that hadn't arrived, that weren't in stock. When we spoke to other software companies, we got a lot of answers like, oh, well, typically we try a workaround like this, and sort of it all felt a little bit clunky. But all the criteria that we had already been considered by the hub and the developers, and every question we had, Jan had an answer for it straight away. This is how you do it. And I know how you do it because we've designed it specifically for it. And that made a huge difference in terms of confidence in what you guys had produced, but also the people that we would be working with, because ultimately you guys are supporting us in terms of our business. So we wanted to make sure that we had a good working relationship with you, with everybody. And it has been fantastic, and to be able to talk directly to someone and have that support and that understanding. And often, your team have been talking to us and saying, can you tell us a bit more about this? Because we want to develop, you asked the question, we want to develop it further. We've never had that before in any other software.